is cracking the code of how to be funny in business. Rachman's here to tell us more. Please welcome Rachman.
Thanks, Ratika. All right, so raise your hand if you ever needed a response to an email but you didn't get one. That sucks, right? Start thinking like, do they not like me? Was best regards too much? I should have just said regards. What was I thinking? Yeah, so we ran into this situation a lot when we did Funny Biz Conference on humor in business. We had 2 months notice, 0 advertising budget, sound familiar? And so we basically had to ask meetup group organizers to share our conference for free, foolproof. And this is how we felt. Because we needed responses to our emails, but we weren't getting them. And we did your typical, just following up, just checking in. And it didn't work. Because we're drowning in email. We send and receive over 120 emails per day. So like anything that's mundane or boring just gets archived. So we need to stand out. So we decided to stop whining and start iterating. That's tweetable. And we ran a few experiments we hope would improve follow-up. So our first, we actually emailed a guy who had a 4,000 person meetup, and we told him about the conference. He's like, dude, this looks great, I'll share it. We're like, dude, awesome, wonderful. And then we didn't hear from him for like a week. I was like, dude, just checking in. Nothing. I think he was a surfer. And so we needed to stand out. We ran our first experiment. An email follow-up with no words. Just a GIF. He replies within an hour. Aristotle said, humor is something unexpected, the truth of which is recognized. So in this case, the truth was he didn't respond. And unexpected was an impatient cookie monster. He shared it and we celebrated like stormtroopers. Because it's generated 20% of our ticket sales, and also demonstrates that humor is effective when it comes to follow-up. And don't be too thrown by the stormtroopers, it's just a cute theme. But speaking of world domination, a friend suggested we contact a guy who had a 100,000 person newsletter. So it's a big deal, right? He was a professional boxer, an athlete, and a VC. And I wrote him a very personalized subject line, "You're a badass." They got no response. So I followed up with an example from Sales Loft that said, "Are you too busy to reply because you're being chased by a hippo?" And that worked. He replies within an hour and he says, "Send me a blur, happy to share." And he shared it, and this generated nearly 20% of our ticket sales. So we were stoked, and we celebrated once again like stormtroopers. And we're realizing, humor makes follow-up effective. But you might be thinking, all right, I'm a serious professional. I can't get away with this. But here's the thing. 98% of CEOs prefer candidates that have a sense of humor. 97% of professionals believe it's important that their managers have a sense of humor. And 81% of employees think that a fun workplace would make them more productive. So as Andrew Tarvin, the humor engineer, would say, humor works. And the good thing is you don't even really have to be funny. All you need is a sense of humor, Google, and maybe a friend named Earl. Yoda would agree. And it's great because you guys are all here, you experiment, you know what it means to experiment. And to be funny, all you do is just find what's funny to you, and then you iterate. That's it. So let's look at our last example with a larger sample size. So we tested about 25 different templates, and our most effective was inspired by the good folks at Kmart. And it had the subject line of, so this was our most effective, and the outbound average email open rate is about 20%. So ours, in this case, was 42%, and this generated about 15% of our ticket sales. And we ended up packing the house. We had a great conference, and we also received a reply from a senior VP of marketing who came, he loved it, and he saw this email, and then he wrote to us, And the email said, sign up for Funny Biz Conference before this ship has sailed. And it worked. If there's any one takeaway that I hope you guys take from this is that humor works. It makes follow-up effective, but follow-up is really about persistence. And now you guys have a way to persist without pissing them off. Thank you.
All right, so obviously we're going to get Rachman to write the subject headers for the rest of the emails going out to you.